What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Young and Cool. Today we're looking at the top 10 toys of all time. Coming in at number 10, Legos. Legos, derived from the Danish words for play well, was invented by carpenter Ole Christiansen in 1948. The Lego company patented the idea just 9 years later. The original Legos were just red and white bricks that interlocked in a way that allowed children to build things without limits. Today, the company has produced more than 320 billion blocks. At number 9, Etch-a-Sketch.
Small Etch-a-Sketch drawing, my prices start at around $120, and for a large Etch-a-Sketch drawing, at least around $2,000 or so.
In 1955, a 30-year-old electrician named Andrei Kasangis was installing a factory light switch plate and made some pencil markings on its translucent decal. After peeling the decal from the switch plate, he saw the image had transferred to the other side. This was the origin point for his idea that would become the children's drawing toy. More than 175 million of the devices have been sold since 1960, the year it first went to market. At number 8, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, the classic die-cast toy from Mattel, was introduced in 1968. The company had gone on to produce more than 4 billion cars featuring 11,000 variations and over 800 models. Mattel estimates that 41 million people have grown up playing with their miniature cars, and notes that the average collector has around 1,550 cars in their collection. The average child between the ages of 5 and 15 owns about 41 cars. None of these numbers take into consideration ancillary items like racetrack playsets. At number 7, G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe and Cobra the Enemy, each sold separately.
The Greatest American Hero was introduced in 1964 by Hasbro as an 11.5-inch male figure that wore uniforms representing the U.S. military and featured 21 moving parts. In just 1 year of sales, G.I. Joe made up over 75% of Hasbro sales. By the 1980s, the product had undergone a bit of a facelift, turning into a series of three-quarter figures modeled after the popular cartoon and comic book characters. At number 6, Transformers.
Hi guys, today we're going to play this Transformers. Here we have Dragon Storm.
The shape-shifting robots would have to go on any list of best-selling toys despite the fact that they've only been around since the 1980s. Excluding the hugely popular international toy line, the property has earned more than $3.7 billion in profits from just the 5 films. At number 5, Silly Putty.
That's right, Silly Putty. And if you don't remember it, this is it.
In 1943, Scottish engineer James Wright, while working at a General Electric's laboratory in New Haven, Connecticut, combined boric acid and silicone oil in a test tube. He then shipped it around to a number of engineers, hoping there might be some use for his creation. By 1955, kids in the 6 to 12 demographic were in love with this stuff. More than 300 million eggs of Silly Putty have been sold since its inception. At number 4, Radio Flyer.
Remember when you couldn't drive, but you could fly? When life was full of wonders, nature was full of mysteries.
When Italian immigrant Antonio Passin arrived in the US at an age of 16, he had no way of knowing he would one day create a toy that still sells steadily close to the century later. Radio Flyer, based in Chicago, came into existence in 1917. Since then, it sold more than 100 million wagons and was introduced into the National Toy Hall of Fame. At number 3, Easy Bake Oven.
Kids can whip up their own tasty creations with a new version of an old favorite.
In 1963, inspired by street vendors, the Easy Bake Oven was born to give children a chance to cook their own creations. Hasbro reported more than 30 million ovens have been sold as of their 50th anniversary, along with another 150 million mixed refills. The core product shows no signs of slowing down. Why are Easy Bake Ovens so popular? Simple. Children finally have the opportunity to be the king of their kitchens. At number 2, the Yo-Yo.
Growing up, I was always just doing like as many different things as possible. I always loved learning something new and trying new things. So yo-yoing was just kind of one of those things.
It's really impossible to tell how many yo-yos have been produced since their invention around 2,500 years ago, but anything with that kind of staying power has to be considered one of the best-selling toys in history. On the commercial US market, they've been around since Pedro Flores opened the Yo-Yo Manufacturing Company in Santa Barbara, California, circa 1928. Donald F. Duncan knew a good thing when he saw it and purchased the business from Flores just 1 year later, and the Duncan Yo-Yo was born. Children like the yo-yo because it's easy to use, but that doesn't mean you won't find an adult in one of the 33 countries taking first place in the World Yo-Yo Competition. Finally, at number 1, Barbie.
Hooray! Soon I'll become a big sister.
A Barbie doll is easily one of the most recognizable and best-selling toys in history. With over 1 billion units sold, Barbie has staying power than other dolls could only dream of. Considering that the pint-sized princess has been a mainstay in popular culture for over 50 years, it's safe to say she'll be around for a long time to come. When sales are low, it's time to reimagine your product and listen to your customers. Barbie's biggest change happened in January 2016, when Mattel added 3 new body types to the collection: tall, petite, and curvy, as well as introducing variations on skin tones. So that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Young and Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at the most popular toys of all time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day, stay safe.